Buck Angel, could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I was born female and I had a sex change to a man. I work in the adult entertainment industry. I invented a new genre of pornography. It's not really a genre, I guess, because it's sort of like just my films. So I started. Now I work in the adult entertainment industry, and I moved into doing education. That's why I'm here, sort of to do my educational work.
All right. Have you been to other Pride festivals?
Yeah, I've been mostly to the United States. No, I've been to London, Pride in London, and this is my second European one. Yeah.
So the main reason why you want to travel around and educate people in this subject?
The main reason is because it's needed. And because I really feel that I was put here for a reason. I know it sounds all crazy, but really, I do. I should be dead. From what I went through in my life, I should not be standing here, but I am standing here. So I feel like I really would like to help other people not have to go through what I went through, which is really horrible. And so I know that my information can help other people to get to where I am today.
When people hear that you are in the porn industry, do you think that they take you less seriously than they would otherwise?
That is a great question. Yes, they do. Sadly so, because my adult work is also educational. And it's educational in the sense that it helps people understand that sex is positive, your body is positive, and my pornography work is about being positive within your body. It's not just, making these films, even though, whatever, some of my films are like that. But that's why I sort of had to reevaluate my work and sort of also add the educational aspect to it, because people take me more serious when I say that I do education.
If you haven't been in porn industry, do you think you would have chosen another profession?
No, I think the porn industry actually helped me to get where I am today, and that's why I'm very adamant to let people understand that the porn industry is positive. Of course, there's a bad aspect of the porn industry. There's a bad aspect of every industry, but there's a lot of great people who work in the pornography industry, and so I think without my porn work, I would not be here. So I have to tell you that no, I think my porn work has been instrumental in getting me to where I need to be.
Could you tell us about your parents and why they decided to raise you as a town boy?
Yeah, my parents, I think one of the reasons is because my dad always wanted a son. And I have two sisters, so now he has three girls.
Yeah.
And I think partly, in a way, he sort of wanted to have a boy. But the thing I have to explain also is that why did he choose me and not my older sister or my younger sister? And I think that is because they felt in some way that maybe I was a little boy. You know what I mean? So again, I don't hold that against my parents. My parents felt very guilty for many years, and they think it was their fault that I ended up the way that I am. For many, many years, they had a lot of guilt around it. But I think that we've come to terms with that, and my parents are very proud of me today, and they're very happy that I'm alive.
And when did you decide to change your body into a man?
About 20 years ago. Even though I always wanted to do it, there was not the tools to do it. There was no information for me to be able to have a sex change. So through determination, I realized that I could do it, and it's taken a long time to get to where I am. But I started about 20 years ago.
You told us in your speech about the beginning, about you being a guinea pig and the first shot. So I'm wondering, could you tell us about how the process started?
The process of my testosterone shots, I found a doctor who didn't work with, there were no doctors that worked with transsexual men, only with women in the Los Angeles area. And I found a doctor through a resource guide for transsexual women, but I knew that he only worked with transsexual women. But I called him on the phone and I explained my situation, and he was just such an amazing doctor. And he said, I don't work with transsexual men, I never have, but I can hear that this is something that you need to do, and I'd be willing to help you. And so he basically used me as a guinea pig, which he explained that, and I was willing to do it. So it wasn't sort of unethical. We both knew what we were getting ourselves into. But, without him, I wouldn't be here today, and he's just an amazing doctor.
And what made you not change your gender in order to become a man?
So what? I don't really understand the question.
Okay, so what made you not to change your gender in the process to become a man?
You mean my bottom surgery?
Yeah.
That's a very interesting question. I don't consider that my gender, so that's why I didn't understand. No, it's perfectly okay. Why I did not change the vagina, I wanted to change my vagina into a penis for many, many years because I had always been told for me to be able to become a man, I was going to need to have a penis. But there was no penis out there that was going to satisfy my need for a penis, meaning the surgery was not up to par. It was not something that I felt was going to be functioning properly, that was going to look aesthetically pleasing for me. So I just decided that I can't do that. And so that's sort of why I didn't do it and how I sort of became, I didn't have a choice. I then needed to sort of be comfortable in my body with the vagina. And now I'm so happy that I did do that. But of course, for many years, I was very upset that I could not have the penis surgery.
Could you tell us about your daily routines?
Yeah, I'm pretty, you know what's funny is I'm such a normal, geeky kind of guy. I live in Mexico in the Yucatan. I have a really nice property. I go there after I travel a lot. So my daily life at home is I get up in the morning and I go to the gym and then I work on my internet, my presence on the internet for most of the day in my office at home. And then I spend time with my family, which is my wife and my 7 dogs. And we might go to the movies and I read a lot of books and I watch a lot of documentaries. And then I travel the world doing things like this and making movies. And I'm making a documentary now about transsexual men and sexuality. It's not a pornography. It's an actual documentary. So,
7 dogs.
7 dogs.
Oh, wow.
7 dogs.
So, in people who change sex here in Sweden, in order to legally be, a new body, they have to go through a forced sterilization. What do you think about that?
I think it's disgusting. And I think the fact that the government forces you to become sterilized to say that you're a man is horrific. And it's very, it should be outlawed. That's just not okay. Because how can you tell me as a government what makes me a man or a woman? And so why are you choosing what makes me? That's one of the reasons why I'm very happy that I'm here. Because somebody might hear me and see me and say, well, look, Buck actually has a vagina and he's actually a man. So I hadn't had a hysterectomy for 20 years. I only just had one recently. Because of medical necessity. But I think to be forced to have something done because the government says so, it's like saying, just imagine if they tell you that you have to change the color of your hair, to black.
Yeah.
Because you can't really be a Swede unless you have black hair. Like, what is that? Like, who made up that rule? It's like, that's how ridiculous the rule is.
Yeah.
And it's unnecessary, and it's an unnecessary surgery to make somebody go through just to satisfy the government's needs to say this is what makes a man and this is what makes a woman. So I don't particularly care for that at all.
Yeah. Have you met Thomas Beatty?
Nope, I haven't met Thomas yet. I keep meaning to. I think he's speaking a little bit later.
Yeah.
We've never crossed paths because, again, I think my work is... we're basically on the opposite sides of the trans man spectrum. I don't live my life as a trans man. I live my life as a man. So I think Thomas lives as a trans man. Not to say that's a bad or a good thing, but I think our messages are completely different. That's why we've never really ever been in the same place at the same time. But I'm hoping that we get to cross paths here and I get to have a little...
Any last words you want to say to our Pride participants?
It's been an amazing, amazing experience for me. The crowds have been so welcoming and warm and receptive to my message. And actually you never know what to expect when you come to something like this. So you guys have been just amazing, and hopefully maybe you'll ask me back again some other year. And hopefully I get to go around and see Sweden. Stockholm, maybe someone will take me on a tour.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.